Oh shit, I did, but
That's fine. I'm just gonna give me a sec to.
I'll share this with people. You can see the Sub mine too, or was mine?
That fucking sucks.
Get everyone from Snapchat in here.
Yeah. I wish my Facebook's still deactivated. It's still my birthday, so.
Really?
Yeah, every year I deactivate it. To wait till I'll talk to you about the podcast, but it's kind of interesting.
Nice. Alright.
Dude, does anybody select made for kids on YouTube ever? Like, it's like literally, hey, do you want this to be monetized? No. So stupid.
I know, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm gonna say it's made for kids, so I have no potential reach whatsoever, let alone making money.
What's your username on YouTube?
Ali USA 86.
This is another thing. I don't know if yours has been doing this, but my YouTube, when I go live, it defaults as vertical now.
Yeah, it does. It makes you go to like special settings in order to get it to
Yeah, but like fucking, you can't, like, you know, because if you're doing anything, like, yeah, if you're doing shorts, but if you're doing anything that's not shorts, you want to do landscape, it's just super weird.
Right.
Like, it should let you have the option of just setting a default whatever you want.
Right.
Alright, hold on, give me 1 second. I'm actually excited about this.
That should be fun.
I've been wanting to ignore you from across the table in headphones for a while.
Right. Yeah, I thought about doing it on like Zoom or something. It's so fucking dumb if we live in the same town to do it on Zoom.
Agreed.
Oh, nice.
There we go. Alright, we'll do this. And we'll get my chat up. There we go. Who's this? There you go. They're going to be staring right at you, bro. Let me get this. So, here, I'll just do this. I'm going to do freestyle on this. Where's the dead zone? There it is.
There we go.
Check. Mic check. Mic
Check.
Mic check. Oh, it's one of these weird elastic. These ones are nice, actually. Dude, I hate these new iPhones where that fucking button is. Like this center button here gets pressed so often.
Right.
Dude, we're IRL. Dude, this is some Inception level shit. Are you recording already?
Yeah, well, we're right there.
Oh, dude, check it out. Inception. Are we on the podcast yet?
No, I didn't record. But
Yeah. Am I okay volume wise or am I just deaf? Yeah, I see we're live. Look, we're live over there too.
yeah.
So fucking
And
cat.
There's a cat.
Yeah, there's a cat. I'll do this so people know we're running. I'm
I'm
just
just
gonna hold
this
the table.
podcast episode 208. Wow. Just hold it like that the whole time.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna like shift it around like and you know what's gonna be
That
funny?
actually works.
Wait, are we recording the podcast now?
I'm gonna press record.
Oh, alright.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. And we are live from my humble abode. First time doing an in-person guest here. In this fucked up apartment.
I think that's the first time anybody ever called me a person.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Usually they just called me foster kid. So,
I love how you're rocking the Niners and the Vikings.
yeah,
at the
dude.
same
I'm
time.
trying to like piss people off. I actually, you know why I did it today? Like, so I love. I actually do this pretty often. Like, I don't want to brag, but the Vikings don't make the playoffs that much, bro. You know, or they don't go far. But it's just like really funny if you're somebody that has two teams.
Right.
Because like, especially, I don't know what it is, but especially like NFL fans, they get so mad if you don't just have one. They get so mad about it. They're like, how can you root for two teams? Like, you just do it.
Yeah, it's not that serious. Like, I was kind of an Arizona Cardinals fan for a little bit, but then their fans made me so annoyed that I kind of just stopped caring. Because I went to the games in Phoenix, and there would be like 70% the opposing team. So I was like, you guys don't even give a fuck, then I don't give a fuck.
Right, and the other thing too is like dude, I'm telling you, I might even pick up the Texans just to have a third team to fuck with people. I don't just maybe I'll get some
Dude, they're
Texans.
in the playoffs.
Maybe I'll get some Texans. Dude,
A
CJ
whole
Stroud.
playoff game. I wish we would have went to
Oh
that.
fuck, we should have gone to that. That would have been great. What up, Ian? I'm gonna be saying hi to random people throughout this
I got
podcast.
this chat right here too. This is a
See,
new.
so yeah, with these guys, what's really funny to me about this is that I listen to your podcast
Yeah.
and I don't know why anybody listens to your podcast, right? Because like you're funny and your thoughts are funny and it's a good podcast, right? But
Yeah.
it's not so much a podcast as like evidence for your trial when you finally snap.
Oh
you know?
my god.
Like
right.
it literally it sounds like somebody just fucking kvetching while locked down on COVID still, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just
For
funny
sure.
because now the people that because the thing that's crazy to me is like the people that like connect like I like you, right? And I think the podcast is good, right? But like I'm kind of scared of what your super fans would look like. You know what I mean? Like think about it.
Yeah.
Like just somebody that's like really into this podcast. Like, nah, man, I like this like really super militant guy that I don't know when he's gonna fucking snap and he's just fucking talking all the time to himself about shit that pisses him off. Like that's
Right.
like people you're connected. Like you're going to get shot by one of your fucking fans.
Well, all I know is if I ever do get like real success and fame, I have like if canceling people is still a thing, they can just go. I have like dozens of episodes worth of shit that I
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, you made this easy. We listened to the
Yeah.
first 11 minutes of the last episode. We didn't have to dig.
Yeah, I mean, and you should have called the first episode "Retarded for Hate." That didn't help you.
Oh, Danner's here. Yo, he's also is it Minnesota in? Is that how you say it?
Minnesotan, yeah.
Minnesota.
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 Wait, you know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna make this my special project. I'm gonna get you a dope ass like Minnesota accent going, so that when you're rooting for the Vikings, you can like fucking really fit in.
Go Vikings.
What's interesting though is my friends back home are saying that my accent is turning Texan, so they can actually.
No one even has a Texas accent.
I'm just look. I'm just telling you what the brain dead fucks back in Minnesota have been telling me. They're saying that like I'm starting to sound weird to them.
Well,
And I
I
think-
don't
I think
sound
it's just-
like you're fucking Canadian anymore.
Well, I think it's just because I say the word y'all. Because like I
I
don't know, y'all is something that up north in like Minnesota and other places they just like that's like so ignorant.
Whereas these
Whereas
mics might be a little too hot. Let me see.
oh yeah. I never knew you were sexually attracted to mics. Oh god, did you hear that? Is this thing fucking on?
Oh my god.
Damn, dude. We got people in chat just being betcha. If you're listening to
Nice.
this podcast and you want to watch the chat with the little us, you can go to Ali's YouTube or mine.
Yeah, go to Ollie USA 86 and you can see us.
Justin says
sitting-
Dante Culpepper was the best Vikings quarterback.
Dante Culpepper was a product of Randy Moss, and he wouldn't have lasted 10 minutes in the league had it not been for Randy Moss.
Tiny ass hands.
He fumbled every fucking game,
Yeah,
like
look.
by at least 3 times. Like I remember, like who was it? The running back at the time too, kind of fumbled a lot too, if I remember correctly.
I want them to see the Vikings in the night. I'm really pissing people off with this. This is great. Like eventually, I'm just gonna get a shirt that says anybody but the Cowboys. You know, if I fuck them.
Oh my god.
Happy
I
birthday,
can't
Vikings.
wait until the Cowboys fuck it up this year.
It's really cool that
It's an
like, you said you
annual
don't
thing.
do people on this podcast, right? It's like the first time it's in person.
No, this is not the first time I've had someone in person. It's the first time I've had someone in person here. Like
Well, it's just a really cool birthday gift to me. Thanks.
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Corey.
I was breadcrumbing that the whole
He's
time.
56 years old.
I'm like 52 in some months, bro. It's fine.
Okay. We're in the same ballpark though.
Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
my audience, a lot of them listen because of you. I know that because I was fucking, the #1 city was Minneapolis. And there's a few people I already had listening in Minnesota prior to meeting you, but I know you definitely heightened that to be the #1 city. Either way, who are you and what are you about?
I actually, what's funny is I had 3 of my friends tell me that they like your podcast better than my stuff, and like the thing about my fans, which I think like your fans and my fans have the same in common, where like my fans are dicks. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And like I get messages from my fans like, "Hey, your buddy Ali's real good. I'm not listening to your podcast anymore. I'll be listening to his." I go, "Thanks, prick." What? Oh, you just want like my intros or something?
Well, yeah, just because, like,
Hello, my name is Corey Adam. I'm from Minneapolis. I tour fucking comedy. I don't know.
right.
Maybe I just hang out in Austin and hate Austin, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we both hate Austin with a fucking passion.
It's
and
real stupid. I
It's
fucking
fun
hate
to
it.
hate it, though, so it's a weird...
It is weird.
Love-hate, like, toxic relationship.
It
Like,
kind of, for your Minnesota listeners, it kind of reminds me of St. Paul.
See, that goes over my head. 'cause
That's what I'm saying. So St. Paul, so the Twin Cities, right?
Right.
It's Minneapolis and St. Paul. And it's just like everybody in Minneapolis loves to hate St. Paul, and everybody in St. Paul loves to hate Minneapolis.
So many fucking states have that. It's just
Right.
like Phoenix
What
is Tucson.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So like, is it? Are you a Phoenix? So it's Tucson.
No, I'm Tucson.
Right. So then that's like Phoenix for you. That's
Yeah, and I lived in Phoenix and complained about it, but I was like, there's so much more stand up here, and it's just like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just fun. Like the rivalries with fucking the Wildcats and the Sun Devils. You know.
Is that the new look? The funny thing is that every time I go on any of these and I do like a live cast, right? Every single person in chat will ask me if like whoever I'm hanging out with is replacing the people on my other podcast.
Oh my god.
Is that the new Luke? Like, no.
That is.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm accommodated. Like, I don't know. I like having fun and getting angry and shit, I guess.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know. You're a lot like me where we're both dicks, but we're
Yeah.
not like, we're assholes, but we're not bad people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's
Well, maybe that's you.
It's like, I'm a terrible person. Like,
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, like, well, you know, the thing that's funny, and you know, I'm going through all that fucking. I got like a bunch of like weird beefs online and shit right now. That's super funny to me.
yeah, you're doing this fucking drama.
Yeah.
He sent me all this shit with like
Yeah.
some guy doing like a red bar breakdown of
Yeah.
why Corey Adams a failure on YouTube,
Yeah.
and he was going through different videos.
Yeah.
It's saying, look, there's no views on this, and then Corey
Right.
did a rebuttal
Yeah.
breaking
Well, but
down.
more
why he's a
importantly,
fucking-
more importantly, he's all like, this guy sucks, and he's lying about being a comic, and he's not like got no following, and all this other shit. It's like, yeah, like you're wasting 2 hours of your own show on it.
Yeah,
Like if you're saying like if I say to myself, Ollie, you fucking suck, right?
right.
Like, and my podcast is so much. Do you think I fucking use my fucking podcast space to talk about? I fucking wouldn't. I fucking wouldn't.
Right.
Oh, fuck that dude.
Yeah, it just seems like a waste of energy if someone
Yeah.
is really a nobody.
But more importantly, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know. It's really weird in comedy how sometimes people just care about the wrong things. So
I'm guilty of it too sometimes. Like I have enough self-awareness to be
You're
like,
just like, you know what's weird about you is you're like a slave to your temper. Like,
Yeah.
and it's funny because like, your temper,
I got it
you
from
have,
my father.
but you have one of the most inconsistent tempers of anyone I've ever known.
Right.
Like
That
you'll
makes
go
sense.
one day and fucking like nothing will rattle you at all. The next day somebody blinks at you, what the fuck you blinking at?
It's like my road rage too, pretty much.
I just know you rode panic when anybody else is driving. Like, oh.
Well, when we drove to Dallas, you were like doing like this dude's like filming a fucking, you know, documentary as we're on the freeway, just looking, like, I mean, maybe
I was also
overreacting.
clipping my fingernails and I was drinking and you know, it's fine. I can't imagine Rich. Yeah, you're a scary looking motherfucker. Like, you know, I bet like one, I'm not saying you're a pussy or anything, but I bet like there's been a bunch of conflicts in your life where like you just puff up and like, oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Dude, like here.
This guy looks exotic. I better not fuck with him.
Dude, I live here in fucking Crackton, the fucking insane. You know, I do a apartment talk segment every week, and there's always something fucking insane. People always tell me, "Oh, I love the apartment talk the most," because like, oh yeah, the only thing that hasn't happened here, and maybe it has, but it hasn't been confirmed, is no one's been shot. But I have heard gunshots really fucking loudly, waking me up. So I'm like, maybe that person got shot.
Yeah.
But there's never been like I even looked on like Austin like crime and shit and be like, you know, if there's been like any breaking.
Well, you had that weird ass fucking fire. You had to move your car because the fucking parking lot was on fire.
Bro, it was a fucking action movie. Like I ran downstairs and this car is fully engulfed in flames and there's just a loud fucking pop, like bah! And like, what was that? It's like I think it was the tire, and then some dude just goes, "It's gonna get the gas tank." So then I go, fuck, and I run upstairs and I grab my fucking keys and I run downstairs and I start the car and I move, and it felt like any second this car is gonna fucking explode and shrapnel and fucking pieces of twisted fucking car metal is gonna fly into my fucking face and then it's gonna start the building on fire. But luckily the firefighters got there like super fast and people were like, oh, that's some like mafia shit. And I was like, I wish it was that cool. It's literally just some scorned baby mama.
Yeah, it's like a scorned baby mama and a meth lab that didn't read the instructions.
100%. They're like, oh, people can cook meth in a fucking Winnebago. I'll do it in a fucking Nissan Altima.
I'm scared somebody in this place ate that stray cat, you know?
Oh my, yeah. So the Orange Cat Chronicles that ended, you know what, a couple months ago now. It's been. I don't know what happened to that cat. I'd like to say that someone just took him in. You know.
I think somebody ate him.
I mean, there's pit bulls around here.
Not like a person.
Like a.
I think like some meth
grown
head
man.
had that fucking come to God moment where it's like, well, it's either groceries or fucking meth, and then they're like, oh, or I could get meth and eat this cat.
I feel like if that cat was gonna be eaten, it would have, because that cat has been here over fucking 2 years.
Right, but maybe it was like a meth head that still had his job. I just fucking what the fuck? Okay.
Pop filters.
I hate
fuck
pop
out.
filters.
I hate
I
them
get
too.
them.
But I feel like that cat is so resilient and survived for over 2 years. Maybe it was just like it's a matter of time and it finally happened. But I believe in that cat's.
I just wish my cat would have died. You know, this is all my cat's fault. If my cat would have fucking died 2 months earlier, I could have grabbed that orange cat.
You almost grabbed him that one day.
Yeah.
I remember that.
No, he's awesome. Like, it's very rare that you see, like, it was like that one I fucking saw on Saturday that I showed you. Like, it's very rare that you come across, like, a cat. And you know what? I gotta take that back. I don't think it's that rare in Texas. I think people just move and leave their cats here all the time. I think it happens all the time.
You know how people thought I was a fucking superhero for moving with my cats? So many,
Same.
so many people move into different cities and different states, and they just leave their animals they've been with for years.
I legit
Like, I
don't know
could
a
not do that.
single person, and I can't even say you because that orange cat got. I don't know a single person living in an apartment that doesn't have an apartment cat.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But it boggles my mind how many people just say fuck my pets when they have to move. You know?
Oh, hey, this is great. See, this is where people online are such assholes, right? We're having a nice conversation,
Yeah.
right? And then somebody in my chat's like, hey, what are all these views on Palestine?
Oh my god. We're not gonna go there. It's just gonna ruin the mood. I don't know if I'm pretty
He's
much
a big Israeli guy.
I'm a big Israeli guy because I don't want.
He wants Israel to win so he can still do his fucking Shapiro impression.
Right, so I can still talk about
You're the only person that should. You know what? Honestly, like, cause like do your stupid little fucking thing. You know the Shapiro.
If you look at the facts, Israel.
I'm actually friending this so people on the camera can see your cat taking a shit while you're doing it.
My cat is now taking a shit in the litter box. Like cats do, the same way that Palestine has been shitting on Israel since the late 1800s.
I think that you're the only person that should have a definitive side in this conflict because you don't want
Right.
the Jews to go away or you can't do that Shapiro impression anymore.
Dude, I don't know, the Shapiro shit I've been doing way before this.
You're turning into like a hack-ass impersonation comic in front of my eyes in real time. Like it's fucking like
Dude,
Cat Williams fucking
Dude,
snaps.
that Shannon Sharp Cat Williams shit killed last night.
Yeah.
I wasn't even expecting to do it on stage, and then there was another comic who saw my YouTube short of it and said, do that on stage, and I was just like, that doesn't feel like something that would be fun.
Do it on your podcast.
Do it on my podcast. So, Cat Williams, is a stand-up comedian. You've been doing comedy for years and years, but you're also an actor. You did a movie called Friday After Next. What was it like working with Terry Crews?
Terry Crews tried to rape me, Shannon. The man is a rapist. He held me down. Cedric the Entertainer sold his asshole to the Illuminati for 40 acres and a mule, Shannon. Everyone is corrupt. Faison Love has sucked so much white penis that his esophagus is permanently looking like the Gaza Strip.
I mean, they're pretty good impressions. Let's be honest.
They're
I
not
mean,
bad.
you like, well, that's the cool thing about impressions. They don't have to be dead on. You just have to nail the line.
And I don't do that lame shit where people are like, this is an impression, if blah, 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 blah. It's like, I feel like... there's a little bit
I
of-
feel like that's a later stage move for you.
Oh my god.
Right now,
Then
you're
I'm
just
gonna
starting
need to talk
Right
about
now, this is all. No, dude, hear me out, dude. This is all the subtle path to you becoming the next Jeff Dunham.
Oh god.
Like
I'll take
another year. No, but like no money.
No, with no money.
Yeah, no money. Fucking Jeff Dunham or whatever. I don't care. But like, dude, you're gonna this is how it's gonna play out. It starts out like this, right? Like it's a Shapiro here, a fucking Cat Williams there. Before you know it, you've got fucking puppets, and the Shapiro and the fucking Shannon Sharp are fighting. Next thing you know, you're fucking standing on stage in a suit, being like, "Oh, those are come on."
Or you know what I've seen people do before, like the Hack Road comics that headline and shit. That they bring like a chest on stage, so like kind of like a prop comic. But what they'll do is they'll change their appearance, so in order to do the impression of what they're doing, they have to change their appearance.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
People turn around.
Like the fucking Andy Kaufman, like
Bro, there was a
Elvis
guy who it was so hacky and like stupid, but I started liking it because it was so bad that it was funny.
Well, that's the thing that I was trying to tell people last night too. Is like as a comic, like you get to the point where like good comedy doesn't even really make me laugh. Like it has to be real good, but bad comedy makes me laugh every time.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely, and you see a lot of that in any given scene.
So where you said this guy like changed the fucking clothes.
Well, he would like turn around, but it was very impressive how fast he was with it because you could tell he'd been doing this for years to where he would turn around and you just see him like he'd have layers of clothing on already, so he'd just slide out of a shirt and have a completely different shirt and then just put in like fake teeth and glasses and turn around and then do like a couple of jokes and then turn back around, take the teeth out, put other teeth in, and then put like a fucking toupee on and turn around, and it was so lame, but I was laughing because I was like, this is so fucking ridiculous.
Well, like I actually, this is something that just occurred to me as you're saying this, right? And I'm gonna say this to you, and I think it's gonna happen where you're like, oh, holy shit, right? Like, I don't think there's any traveling hack road comics here.
In Austin?
Yeah.
Not really.
Like all the comics here are hacked, but like I haven't like fucking come across that like in Minneapolis you would just have like this fucking dude that was like doing fucking 80s jokes and shit, and he's like, oh, I'm just passing through, I'm from Lansing, Michigan or something, you know, like
right.
I don't think I've seen a single hack road comic in Austin.
I saw one guy at Creek and Cave like a few months ago.
Okay.
He came through the open mic and he said he was from like Albuquerque. And
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense.
He was like in his 50s and he went up and killed because it was so bad. Like it was it was just like it was one of those things where it was just like it was like 80s comedy.
Yeah. I remember, like, I don't know, man. I miss that, though. Like, hack comics were, like, I love hack comics. They fucking crack me up, dude. I remember when I first started, there was this dude, Scott Novotny is his name.
Scott Novotny.
Yeah, and he's like a fucking just...
That's such like a fucking name of like a front man for a band.
Oh, dude, this guy fucking, like, you have no idea. So this is, like, there's a place in Rochester called Goonies, right? And it's like a club, but they like don't really pay their MCs, but they're the ones that are giving the MC like you do fucking 3 minutes of okay shit at their open mic, they'll work good MC. So it was like everybody's first MC gig, but you know, it wasn't really like they gave you a fucking bar tab and you felt like you were fucking crushing it. Oh, holy shit, man, I'm telling dick shows I ain't even gotta buy my drinks right now. You know, and you're like fucking a year in, who cares, right?
Oh my god.
And this motherfucker, like, so first off, he gave me a fucking intro card, right? And it was this index card, like, it was like one of the college index cards, right? And this shit was filled out front to back. Like, it was like a small novel for his intro.
I hate when people do that.
And it was like, but it was like, the worst part is like, it wasn't credits. They were like fucking a bunch of like just hack jokes.
Oh god.
They're like, this guy's toured all the way from San Diego to Lost Wages. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? And like fucking this guy was fucking, like, and so this, oh dude, this fucking Scott, man. So he fucking, first time, I've never really MC, I think I'd MC maybe once before, but the first time at Goonies, right? First time working with this dude, right? So I go up on stage, you know, I do my fucking 5 minutes or what the fuck ever, right? 15, whatever the fuck it was. And then I take out the card and I just start reading it, right? Because it's an index card full of everything, right? And I, you know, I read, I turn it over, read the back. He comes up there, right? And he gets off stage and he's like, hey, I need to talk to you. And I go, okay. And he goes, it's really important you don't read the intro. And I thought you wanted me to read your credits. You know, I don't fucking know anything. You know what I mean? I just fucking started. I'm like, well, I thought you wanted me to read your fucking credits, dude. He's like, I'd like you to memorize it. And I looked him right in the eyes and go, Scott. I go, Scott, this is a free gig and I smoke weed. That's not happening.
Yeah.
And I go, so like, if you want, I can say, please welcome, or I can read your stupid card. And he goes, you know, I know you're just starting out, but you're going to learn to respect a headliner. And I go, oh, am I? And so I go up the next set, and I do my fucking time, right? And I like, oh, dude, I get done, and then fucking, you know, feature gets off. I get back up there to introduce him, you know?
Yeah.
Now, your next comic coming stage is one of my close personal friends. God, I just love this dude. What? It's Scott, right? Dude's just fucking cute, but this guy was like the fuck. So first off, his fucking I mean, obviously it's not a visual aid for a podcast. Remind me afterwards and I'll show you. He had these fucking googly eyes, and and it's the same kind of thing where he had this like his closing bit, right? He had two closing bits, and they were both the hackiest shit you've ever seen in your life, right?
Yeah.
One is like he had these like, and they look like you know those like sun tanning goggles?
Yeah.
They look like those, but with actual eyes, right? And so you turn around, you put them in, it's like, and it was like, the setup was like the studio's like, you ever drink too much coffee that you get all fucking whacked out or whatever? And you turn around and then you would just like act out like fucking like he looked like Howie Mandel having a seizure basically, and he had these fucking eyes, right? And he would sell these eyes after the show,
Yeah.
and he would bitch at me. Like, I mean, this dude bitched at me for like an hour in between the shows of selling merch. Like, you know, I used to get these better eyes, and they were like fucking nice and covered. These ones hurt my eyes, but you know how it is with fucking Chinese manufacturing, and like, we just fucking just talk about these stupid fucking plastic eyes, dude. And then
What does do well?
no, like I'm convinced that this dude was like, so this would have been like 2008, right?
Yeah.
And I'm convinced this dude did not write a new joke since the 80s, right? His other clips, so he'd do that,
Oh my
right? And then,
God.
okay, so he'd do that, right?
Yeah.
And then the intro into his closer, right? His closer was he did this parody of the Beefaroni commercial song. So he'd be like, we're having Beefaroni, right? But like, we're talking 2008, dude. That shit, like,
in the 80s.
yes! Like, I don't even know, like, I think I only knew the commercial because it was on, like, fucking Nick at Night when I was watching, like, Mr. Ed or some shit. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
But it was, like, fucking hilarious. Because then this dude's, like fucking talking to me. And it's like, you listen to his act. And you see this all the time with Roadhouse. Like, dude's never written a joke in the last, you know, he gets, like, his 45, and then he's just like, good enough. But, like, this dude was, like, if, you know, I'm trying to, Sal D'Amelio, do you know that guy?
I know the name.
Yeah,
It
he
sounds
probably
super
came through.
familiar.
Another guy that's pretty hacky. But you know what the thing about Sal is? He's a nice fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna be
There
that
has to
big-
be a balance.
right,
It's
if
like,
you're gonna be that big of a fucking hack ass prick, you can't be a dickbag.
right. So we talked about one guy that we had both worked with before. The dude who had his whole claim to fame is being on Family Ties. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Skip. Skip.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that
he's
guy.
exactly like the guy
Yes.
you were just talking about.
That guy's a prick.
No, he's
Oh,
so when
I've never seen any. I worked with him in the house company. I've never seen anyone say, "Do you know who I am?" More. Not once.
Dude, he did this shit where he was at the club in Tucson, and he was acting all weird, like looking over like my shoulder and like rushing himself like to the green room, and then he didn't want to go. And I at the time I was like still drinking and shit. I was like, "You want to go grab a drink at the bar?" Whatever. He's like, "No, I just I don't want to be bothered by my fans. I don't want them to see me." I was like, "Dude, you're in fucking Tucson in a strip mall. You're not gonna have fucking fans for a shitty 80 TV show."
Yeah.
And then he gave me the longest fucking list of credits, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Where it was
Like a
just
scroll. His was like a scroll.
and he would get like mad if
Yes,
you like fucked
yes,
up one thing.
yeah,
And then then I had to run his musical cues from the sound room. So
Oh,
like
so where it was lights for me. It was his light cues.
lights too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
he does that whole thing like about like a romantic setting and he's like
it's like a dinner in a restaurant bullshit.
and then he wants you to fuck up the lighting, so then he just accepts it. He goes, "No, a little dimmer, dinner."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Make it go like a light." He goes, "Fine, that's good enough." And dude, this was like 20.
Yeah.
18.
And you know what's funny is he did that exact same thing, House of Comedy in Bloomington, right?
Yeah.
And he like fucking the guy that was on the soundboard was brand new, and they made me do it the rest of the week because of this,
Right?
right?
Fucked it up.
But what's so funny is like the dude fucked it up, and like it got like the same like because like fucking that stupid hack light bit up looks like it's working.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But then the funny part is like when he was excited that it went perfect, still no laugh. You know?
Right. Man, and what else was I gonna say about him? He was like, so this is like 20, like, because I worked with him like twice, and then the last time maybe it was after COVID, it might have been like 2020, and he was doing all these jokes about shit that's like going on in pop culture, and his reference was Paris Hilton.
What?
I'm like, what is this, 2005?
Yo, what the fuck? Is you gonna bring Puck back from the real world, motherfucker? What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck, man?
Well, that's like that dude that like we've been kind of beefing with online and shit, right?
Yeah.
Like this dude just keeps saying, "Oh, this guy's not a comic. He doesn't have shows and all this other shit," right? And it's just like funny because the dude just released an album that's like 20 minutes of recycled material from like fucking 15 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I heard a lot of that stuff when I fucking was on the bill with you. Like when I did the show with you, I heard a lot of what's on your new CD. You know?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
cool, dude. Like it's just I can't imagine. Like I don't even have the focus to rewrite the jokes that are working now. You know, because like comedy is like this real experience. You know, it's like you joke like you know how it is, especially if you're doing mic. So okay, I'm gonna write this idea and then I'm gonna fucking work on it for the week, right?
Right.
And it's like I cannot even imagine like not wanting to press the idea to me. Like I have that one. Like my first album was #1 on iTunes, right?
Right.
And I have friends that'll come out and they want to request a certain track. Oh, do the fucking Bandito one or whatever, right?
Right. Like
And
it's a song,
I literally have to go to the fucking CD and listen. I don't fucking remember the bit. I don't remember it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because the moment I fucking recorded it, I'm like, cool, don't have to remember these anymore.
Right.
You know, and it's just because it's not connected. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm fucking like down here in Austin hating everything. Like I'm gonna do my fucking happy-go-lucky like I'm waiting tables.
Yeah.
It's just not who I am anymore. You know? And I couldn't imagine. Like that Skippy guy, right? I couldn't imagine.
Oh
or that
my
Scott
God.
Navani, or the guy that was fucking people with on. I could not fucking imagine going forward and just presenting yourself as a comic and knowing deep down inside that all you're doing is rehashing shit that objectively probably didn't even work that well when you wrote it. You know?
That's the most confusing thing, because I've seen people hold on to acts for 10, 20
Right, like
years.
if it crushes, like if you have something that like absolutely crushes,
right.
and you want to do that for the rest of your life, like not what I do, but at least like I get it, like you're just lazy, you've solved it for an hour, maybe, you know what I mean? But this probably,
I
this
don't
shit,
even
this,
see
it
like
definitely doesn't work now, but I don't even know that it worked in the 80s, bro.
There's a guy in Dallas too. I don't want to say his fucking name though.
Come on.
He works at. I don't know if he works anymore, but it was Hyenas.
Come on.
He started.
Oh, get your podcast canceled. Let's go.
Okay, did you know who Butch Lord
Yes!
is?
Yes, I do! Yes!
And I mean, nice guy. I've done shows with him. And this is not even a shot at him. This is just objectively.
No, backpedal. Look, he's not going to listen to your fucking
He's never
podcast.
gonna hear it,
Don't you dare backpedal.
I've watched him. Like he's like those guys we were talking about. Where he'll do jokes from. So I've known him since like 2012 maybe.
Yeah.
And the jokes he did in 2012 were already 20 years old. And then I saw him again in like 2021, and it was the same shit again.
So he came through. So he came through Minneapolis, right? And I don't know like what he was like.
He looks like if Jesus was a fucking heroin addict.
Yeah.
For the listeners.
He looks like if Josh Blue got caught inside a hippie. That's what he looks like.
Right.
But he like, what's so funny is like, so this dude came in to, I forget, it was either Willie's or Grumpy. He came into one of the open mics, right?
Yeah.
And then I think it was Grumpy's. So Willie's is the room that I wasn't running it at the time, right? I took it over. That's the room that I ran for like 8 years in Minneapolis, right? It's the one that I model after Dig, the way I run with the headliner in the middle and all that. So this motherfucker was coming to Grumpy's, which is like So Grumpy's is basically the tube of death that the Dig is, right?
Yeah.
And then Willie's would be Anderson Mill, the like bar where like it's winnable, but like people don't really want to give a shit. You really got to grab their attention, right?
Yeah, it's work.
And the fucking thing about it that's so funny is this motherfucker shows up at Grumpy's on Wednesday, right? Just no mic.
Yeah.
And like just starts fucking piously talking to people. Like he's talking, and you know, again, the thing about Minneapolis that people don't realize is that scene is killers. You know, like I'll tell you, like I'm not the best guy that came out of Minneapolis, right? But being on the upper level, because I work at Acme, I got into Acme, right?
Sure.
Like being at that level, like being like, let's say there's 20, I'm in the top 20, let's say, right?
Right.
Being in that level makes you so above almost every other fucking scene, because the way that Minneapolis comedy was when I was coming up is it was a bunch of people that hated each other, but the only thing that mattered is how funny you were. And so it's just this rat race to get as funny as possible, because Acme would not put anybody in unless they were funny, right? And so this dude is fucking talking down to this dude Chris Maddock and Tommy Thompson, which people listening from Minnesota know this guy's like, like Chris Maddock is still he's one of my friends, and I've gone on the road. This is like maybe the funniest person I've ever met in my life. I went on the road with this motherfucker, and I swear to God, I came off the road funnier just sitting next to him in a car for days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like you come out funnier.
For sure.
And this fucking Butch dude goes up there and like, dude, lays the happiest shit I've ever seen in my life, right?
Yeah.
And then fucking turns and fucking like starts talking down to these dudes that could just fucking level him.
Right.
You know? And then Chris, who's like real nice and he's not very confrontational, she's like, oh yeah, man. He's like, oh, cool. Well, yeah, are you working in town? He goes, yeah, I got a show. He's like, oh, where are you going? I'm like, see. He goes, oh, I'm working at Willie's. And it's like, it's just so funny because everybody there knows that it was just the dog shit open mic that paid a headliner, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like super hilarious because it fucking like, He's like just talking down to these people at Crush after the most hacky set I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And then like
Did he sell stickers? Did he
yes,
sell his
yes,
stone?
dude.
He
no,
sells those
yeah,
stickers that
they
say stone. They just say stone. Yeah.
He didn't even fucking. He was selling them, right? But then he like piously like gave them to us as if we were begging for them.
Here you go.
He kind of talks like this. He sounds like that meth head character that I do. Like, hey, you ever been smoking weed and the cop pulled you over? Yeah. Here's a bumper sticker you can put in the back of your friend's car. It says Stone.
Yeah, he's been. Like I said, I've only known him like 10 years, and his shit was 20 years out of date.
Yeah.
When I met him.
Yeah.
So he started in Tucson. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man. I'll just
In
never
the 80s.
forget. I'll never forget as long as I live the way this dude just ate a dick, right? Just ate a dick.
Right.
And like he had like those laugh ears. You know what laugh ears are, right?
No.
Like so laugh ears is a term for like shitty comics that hear laughs that aren't there. Newer
Oh,
comics all the time.
God,
Where
yeah.
they like do bad but they get off like, oh that's like
Oh my
crush,
God! Right. There's
And,
a lot of that here.
This yeah, dude, Austin has it bad. But it was so funny because this dude is like talking like he crushed.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Chris Maddock, like fucking, if people are listening, you want a really fun comic to listen to, it's on Spotify and shit. Like Chris Maddock, like Point of Entry, his first album. If Chris Maddock hadn't had his kid and he moved to LA, there'd be no Kyle Kinane. Kyle Kinane's career only exists because Chris Maddock had a kid and never left Minneapolis. He is the exact same thing that Kyle Kinane is, but he's better. And you know what's funny? If you ask Chris, he'll say, "No, I'm not better than Kyle Kinane." That's what he will tell you, but it's fucking lie, man. And this dude was he's looking at him. And he's like, yeah, man, no, you'll get there on the road sometime. You know what? Here, have a sticker." And it's the funniest shit ever.
Oh my God.
And I told fucking Chris, I'm like, why don't you like bitch that dude out? And Chris looks at me and he goes, that dude's headlining Willie's. What else am I gonna do to him?
It's like, what can I do that life isn't already currently doing to me?
Right, because like imagine Anderson Mill, right?
Yeah.
But like, imagine, so, okay, you know, and yeah, hey, everybody listening in all the other regions, imagine this very specific bar's layout. All right, you got it on the podcast? But no, it's like, if you took Anderson Mill and you just crushed the bar closer to the stage,
Yeah.
that's what Willie, like the bar was right next to where the stage, we were basically in a corner on a crate, essentially,
Right.
in Anderson Mill, and like, that dude headlined there, and like, they fucking hated it, but it was like,
Yeah.
the funniest shit ever, because Chris is like, dude, that guy's got a headline, because headlining Willie's was one of those things where it was tough, but it was winnable. But it was like, we all wanted the money. Nobody looked forward to it. You know, nobody's like,
Oh,
oh,
God.
sweet, I'm fucking
I
headlining
think those
Willie's.
rooms are kind of important.
They are.
I
No,
guess.
they're like that. I honestly think, like, if you look at Austin here, and again, you know, not that we need to be all regional for this, but you look at Austin and like you look at like Dig, and you look at like Anderson Mill's the big one. I look at Anderson Mill, and those are the people that are taking it seriously. To me.
Oh yeah, as far as like comics that are just
Yeah.
like working on shit because they just don't stick to just downtown 3 minutes with their friends and shit. It's just like going to Anderson Mill is a real challenge. Cause you can't. I feel like at Anderson Mill, like you can't pretend like you do well if you don't.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, anyone that's self-aware, that doesn't exist anyway. But there's a lot of that. Not just Austin, like you said, but I've met a lot of comics over the years that will not just get like little laughter, but no laughter.
Yeah.
And then they think they did well, and it's some weird, like almost like a mental illness or something.
Well, it is.
It's like you're hearing. That's the same thing as like hearing fucking voices.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's laughter, and you know that's the thing that like really like newer comics especially. That's the thing that bogs them down the most, man. Is like they just don't even understand that they're doing bad. So how can they do better? You know. And what's really funny actually is right now there's a bunch of people in my chat room that are with that dude that's just doing the hate shit. You know, they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
you only
yeah.
have 6 people watching it. Oh no, dude, I have 6 people watching live on a podcast that hasn't been released yet.
There's 8 people on mine, so.
Yeah, well, you know
we
what?
got 12. We got 14.
No, let's
combined.
we'll say we got 10 combined. Who cares? Because this is the thing. We got 10 people listening to a podcast that's not even released yet.
Right, exactly.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
It's just funny. Like there's this really weird thing on YouTube, and this is a problem. It really is. There's this weird thing where the internet is just shifting over, Jesus Christ, into like content, experiencing content.
Yeah.
Like rather than people producing content and actually going out there and doing their own thing, it's all just people watching.
Oh my god.
Like stuff, and they're like I cannot tell you how many times I've seen just a dude in a desk like this, and then he's watching like the same canned TikTok, you know, And he's like, oh, let's see what happens here. I
And
wonder
some
if he's
of
gonna
those
get hit with the
people
glitter
get
bomb.
big followers from it. I've
Yeah,
seen. Or I'm just
of
like, they
course.
just sit there and they don't even say, they don't even make a funny face. They literally just, it's a split screen for no fucking reason of like someone getting in like a road rage or some viral video, and then they just sit there and it's just like a reaction. I was like, a real reaction is when you break it down. At least people that watch something and they try to be funny or input something. But when you sit there in silence, it's like, why do I need your fucking face there when I could just watch the video?
Yeah, well, and that's how it does. Someone just asked you, they said, who is this discount Hans Kim?
Oh my god.
That's probably one of your guys that came from Kiltony, though, really. I mean,
Probably. Discount Hans Kim.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're looking kind of Asian in the shadows, though, you know?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, it's just, it's weird. Like, they got such a weird perspective. It's like they don't do anything to improve, and they get mad that they're where they're at or something. It's really weird.
Yeah, that's one of the mysteries. Not even a mystery. It's just, I don't know. So many people. Do you think there's any more delusional people than in stand-up comedy? Because something that requires you to stand up and impress an audience in real time, it requires reaction and laughter, and people who aren't good at it at all continue to think they are and to keep doing it for years and years.
I think that's just the broken narcissism of it. I think, like, every comic's a narcissist.
Like if you
right?
sucked at basketball, if you like never made a shot, wouldn't you just stop doing basketball, stop playing basketball? It's like literally every like 200 times I shoot the basketball, it doesn't go in. Like that's the same as comics that bomb for years. Maybe they thought.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a couple people back home that like I really feel bad. Like this actually did fuck with me like a few years ago. I was thinking about this. Like there's a couple people, and I won't name them, but like anybody that's listening to this, they know who I'm talking about. There's two specifically.
Yeah.
But there's just these people that like they just kind of sucked, you know. But they every now and again they had a joke that was okay.
Of
But
course.
they were awesome. So
Right.
I just kind of let them hang out and stuff. But you know what I was thinking about? Like this was like a couple years ago when this came up, and what's funny is that I don't know that helps those comics, like us being nice to them like that. You know, like
It probably doesn't.
like the idea, because I watched the guy I'm thinking of, and again, anybody that knows will know. I'll tell you off. Like he quit for a while because he like figured it out. He figured out he wasn't funny. He figured it out, right? So
Yeah.
he quit for like 6 months, right? And then he broke up with his girlfriend, came right back into comedy, right?
Oh my god.
And he's just as bad as he ever was. But then I watch everybody encourage him, and I did too, because I like the guy, you know. And he's not like he's literally not the worst comic.
And then
ever.
when he would like
right, but then you look at it and you're like, you look it down the spectrum, like you know, oh, I've been doing it like what 13 years now, let's say, right?
Yeah.
He's been doing it alongside me almost that whole fucking time. This is 13 years of this dude's life we're just fucking wasting.
Right.
You know, and it's because we all want to be nice and stuff, but at some point. It's probably nicer to just like, it's like fucking mice and men, dude. Sometimes you just gotta kill money, bro.
The thing that you're talking about, I've seen a lot in comedy where there's someone that's just objectively bad, but they're very likable and you kind of root for them.
Yeah.
So there's always gonna be.
That's why I'm on this podcast.
Right. So there's always like a hot room where a bad comic kills him. We've all seen it, and so there's two ways to take that. Sometimes I'm just like, don't fucking encourage them. You know what I mean? Like a part of you is just like, this is gonna keep them going and wasting their time and their life for years to come because they're gonna remember this Rudy moment. But I also,
But like, I'm not
listen,
even
hold on.
talking about that. I'm talking
No, but
about like
sometimes-
the cowardice though of not telling that person.
Right. So I've been guilty of doing the opposite when there's a bad comic that does really well. It's almost like rooting for that autistic kid that sits on the bench the whole season and he gets to play at the end and he hits a 3-pointer and you're like, yeah! And you're like,
Or like you go to like a sports game and they bring those kids out and the pros trying to tackle them. You know? Oh, this kid scored a touchdown. You're like, yeah, cool.
Right.
But like it's interesting because again, it.
Oh, it stopped. I hate when it does this.
Oh yeah, hold on. Technical.
That's the first technical difficulty so far. Let's see where it comes.
Aside from your irrational views of Israel. That's right, we got on the live stream, dude. Boom. You'll ask tomorrow. What are you gonna ask tomorrow, Charlie? Here. What's up, Charlie? I see you guys asking. Oh, there we go.
Why is it not?
There we go. He's fucking with his chat. Okay, what do you want? What do you guys want? Sorry, my bad. Send him to Gaza? Oh, these people hate you, bro.
Sweet.
What is up with all these Mike? What do you mean? But it, like, it's in what regards?
Now
Is that
it's
a,
not.
oh, you talking about the pop filters? So it's got a windscreen on the mic and it's got a pop filter. right? Like this one has a pop filter too.
Yeah.
So it's a pop filter, but his has a windscreen as well. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Probably.
Shape of the mic? It's a normal mic. It just has a. It's a normal mic. It's like a really knockoff Shure kind of.
AKG P420.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not bad.
Pop. Yeah, this is called. It's called a pop filter. It's not working. Well, I mean, okay. I mean, it is, but
Bro, my mic's not working this time?
no, they're just being dicks.
I was like, it's not even fed into the fucking stream.
Nah, Johnny Gold's like one of those troll guys.
Yeah. Alright.
That's the funny thing is they're so these trolls are so dedicated that you start recognizing the names of the people. Like, oh, that's one of those.
Alright, first technical difficulty of the fucking podcast. It cut off, but we're still live on YouTube and all
These
that
guys
stuff.
cannot get over your mic. They think your mic looks weird.
Really? Hold on.
I think it looks fine. I think it's just maybe the angle makes it look weird. I don't know. I don't think it looks bad.
I don't know.
No, not you, Julian.
It fucking works, so.
Yeah, it works good.
It's picking up the fucking audio.
It's funny looking. Okay, well, whatever. I don't know. It's a micro. Have you never seen a microphone before? I don't know. Like, does this one look funny to you? I don't know what to say. All right, who cares? All right. What were we even talking about?
We were talking about encouraging bad comedians.
Yeah, let's not do
when,
that.
when we
Let's not do
should,
that.
you know, pull them aside and be like, look, you have your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah.
We'll not
Maybe it's time to go back to college.
Yeah, I've thought about this, and I forgot that I've had those same questions before in the past, where there's like a comic that I like enough as a person, because if they're just a shit person, you're just like, good, just, I mean, I don't know, that's a double negative, because they're like, they suck and they're a shit person, but if they're a good person and they suck, you want to, you know, tell them to do something with their lives.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those things that just kind of sunk into me, you know, like as it was honestly when I started headlining, because
Yeah.
it took you so long to work up, you know, you go, you know, MC is pretty easy. I feel like that's quick, you know.
Yeah.
And features like a little bit longer, not much, but like that headliner, like bad comics can always make it up to feature. I feel like
Yeah.
the headlining spot.
I don't know, I've
headline.
seen some terrible headliners, though.
Fair.
I mean...
But it's interesting because you look at the time frame that it takes you to work out that. You know, I watched the
Yeah,
guy I'm thinking
yeah,
about
yeah.
again. Anybody that's listening in Minneapolis will know what I'm talking about. But you go through this thing where you're like, God damn it, I'm headlining these clubs. You know, I'm touring, I'm recording albums and shit. You know.
Yeah.
And then you look at this dude that you encouraged, maybe dishonestly. You know what I mean? Because you liked him so
man.
much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here this dude is, fucking 12 years later, and he's still emceeing for fucking $20 everywhere or something. You know, it's just tough,
Right.
and it really goes to like how much accountability that you have. It feels like a fucking like timeshare salesman at some point. You know, like do I like you like fucking know this family can't afford it, but you sell them on it anyways. Like is this my fault? They're now living in a fucking under the bridge in Austin.
Like
you
you're
know,
ripping them off, but of their time.
right? And it's like. And I think some of that actually was probably just like bully culture, you know? Nobody can fucking tell people, hey, you're fucking terrible, get the fuck out of here, you know? Because you tell somebody that hey, you're fucking terrible,
You're
and everybody's
an
like,
asshole.
oh, you're a fucking asshole, fuck
Like, it's
you.
not my fault you're not good. I'm trying to fucking help you here. Like, Jesus,
Right.
there's only... And I have seen something that for like the first several years of comedy, I thought if you sucked, you just sucked. But I've seen some dramatic turnarounds from some people. Like, I'm talking, they were like bad bomb artists, and they're like good fucking comics now. Like, it took 8 years,
Yeah.
but like it happened. Like,
It took me a long time before I like understood it, you know?
Right.
That's the thing.
But you're a funny dude, and you'd have your moments.
Everybody has that like aha moment though. Like,
Yeah.
And that's
For
like
sure.
I was actually talking to Mike Drago about that last night.
Right,
Like
right.
you know, I was like, look man, this is what you need to work towards. There's gonna be a moment and it'll either hit or it won't.
Yeah.
If it hits, I can fucking help you. But if
Right.
it doesn't, there's nothing I can do. I can't you know, that's
You
that's
can't
kind of the
make
thing I
somebody
think
funny.
too that's weird about like being on this side of it, watching the newer guys come up sometimes, is it's so random the people that it will click for and can actually like go forward. You know?
Right.
There's like this like weird like soft level cap almost, right?
Yeah.
You either get it and understand comedy or you don't. And if you don't, there's not anything anybody can do
Yeah.
for it. And I've seen people who are unfunny that just get the it of it.
Yes,
And that's what your hack
exactly.
comics are, you know?
Right. Because there's a skill of doing stand-up that doesn't require being funny. Like, you know,
Correct.
so like a lot of people get good at, and then the business aspect too. So like they figure out how to get booked. Well, somehow not being funny, but being a capable stand-up. Like it's weird. Where there's just like none of this is really funny. It's probably hacky, but you sell yourself. You have the confidence, the stage presence, everything,
Yeah.
and they just get there somehow. I'm looking at the old
I just think it's funny that you have all these pop things. You
Yeah.
don't really care. People just keep sending them. to
People,
you.
dude, those get sent to me. The Candyman. Shout out to Jason, aka Lion Crowns. He's been following me since the Periscope days. He's, I think a majority of those.
Dude, these guys are going savage on your Shark vacuum cleaner, bro.
Really?
There's a lot of hoity-toity people. Oh, I can't believe it. These fucking vacuum snobs in
Oh,
chat.
God.
They're mad you ain't got a Kirby, bro.
Whatever. I fucking literally that's 90% cat litter that gets fucking vacuumed up and it does a fine job. at
Oh,
it.
dude, here. This is what they're doing. Dude, I got one. I got a live one again. Dude, check this out.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? Where'd he fucking go? It's the dude that I was just like, oh yeah, that's one of the trouble. No, I'm not sure. Dude, they write these paragraphs. Okay, right here, right? So this is a dude named Johnny Gold. Okay, this is a live. Yeah, right. This is a live comment, and this so that dude just brings his stupid fucking autistic crayon munching morons, right? And they just like troll, and they like. I think it's like a lot of these guys troll like radio people, and radio people are so insecure that it maybe rattles them at some point.
Yeah.
You know, so like when I draw them back or whatever, they really. So right here's Johnny Gold's comment just now. Ha ha ha! These two nobodies are really delusional about their careers. Corey, you are hoping people. How about you help yourself? More than 12 listeners tonight.
Oh God.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's so funny because like they don't even like.
They didn't understand the process
That's what I'm
of
saying.
releasing a fucking podcast.
They don't even understand it. Like it's a podcast. It's not even being released. These are all extra views, bro. Like what are you talking about? Are you that fucking stupid?
Like once this is, I mean, I shouldn't even have to fucking explain it. But
Don't.
like,
Don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right, yeah.
You're right, dude.
Let it
You're right. You're right. These 11 views on YouTube and whatever is 5 or whatever. Fuck you. What do you have on your pre-rated? 10.
There's 6 people.
6 people. You're right. These 17 people that are watching us record a podcast that'll be released. They're the only people that's gonna listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
You guys, and this is the thing that's weird about the internet trolls, right? They're so fucking obsessed with views and clicks and shit. It's like they think that's a metric of anything.
Like it has all the value in the world.
It has no value, right? And they were actually, one of the dudes today was making fun of me saying, "Oh, Corey thinks YouTube's value, like clicks have no value." They don't.
They really
They
don't.
fucking don't. It's just really funny. It's funny, like they try so hard. Like it's a weird psycho. I don't understand this, and it's really hard for me. Like I used to like Red Bar. But it's because he was funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's this weird thing where all these people who turn into Red Bar impersonators, they're not funny. They're just there to, like, hate watch.
Yeah.
And I've never understood hate watch. I think maybe it's just my Italian temper. If I hate something, I'm just not gonna fucking watch it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I watch bad movies and give like reviews about
Right,
how much
but you
I hate
enjoy
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's fun.
yeah.
Exactly.
Somebody just said, "Ha ha, ponytail hack."
Nice. You know.
But it's like, I can't imagine, like, there are people, like, I've watched them on my shows daily. They spend more time trying to either get under my, or like, and that's the thing, they say something inane in chat, right? And then if I read it, I go, "Oh, fuck you," you know, right? Then they just go home and they brag to their fucking
Oh, yeah,
like,
I
"Oh, I fucking got this dude today."
I get comments all the time on like my fucking my YouTube shorts and shit.
Yeah.
People just say fucking just hateful, angry shit.
Oh yeah, dude, people were not happy about that fucking 1,000-pound sister short I did.
Oh my god. Did they get mad at you for the New Year's one too?
Yeah, no, but the funniest comment I've ever seen in my life was on that one. Some dude fucking, I put on there, I was like making fun of 1,000-pound sister, and the guy goes, "Whoa, dude, no friendly fire."
Oh god.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That's
You know,
pretty
like,
funny.
it's pretty great. Yeah, they just like rattle around. It's just really funny to watch. I don't know, it cracks me up. And then these people are like, "Oh, this is too bad to not watch." Right, that means good, you dumb fuck. That's what that means.
Too bad.
Too bad to not watch. That's 2 double negatives. That means
Right.
you think it's good. You stupid fuck. Like, that's the thing. They don't even realize that they're like fanboys of the shit they're like hate watching. It's the funniest shit ever.
Fucking retards.
I know, dude. And it's like, what's funny is it's like a bunch of fucking just like Gollum autist creatures. That's what YouTube is. It is. It's just a bunch of people, and they just like swarm, and they're like, "Oh, give me attention, give me attention, give me attention." Like, fucking okay. And then the moment you do that, "Ha, I fucking got
Do
it."
you think when YouTube was first created, they had any idea it was going to get to this point? Because I remember when YouTube was like new. Because before YouTube, there was like E-Bombs World and like daily. What
Well,
was it?
YouTube, daily newsgrounds. or
No,
something?
there's another Daily Motion.
Sure.
and just like you could just watch, you know, fucked up videos or just like
Yeah.
people just uploading things, and then YouTube was like, oh, this is cool. And
But
then
like when
now,
YouTube started, it like sucked. It was like people like, oh, I'm in my bed. It was just like fucking people fucking like just literally like what Periscope was essentially. That's
Yeah,
what YouTube
yeah,
was when
yeah.
it started. And no, I don't think they thought it would get to this point. I think the thing that's interesting again, like I said, is I think that just things move to like this content, like zapping, right? Like rather than create content, it's easier for people, like, you know, the people that like hate watch or people that do the commentary react or fucking like to do those Razzing Me Today and shit, like it's easier to do that and it's lazy. It just is. Like
and then
you
creating
think,
something.
you think like, dude, if you're a
just
fucking
react
check
to something, oh my.
check this out, right? If you're a fucking American and you're, I don't know, not the stupidest person on the planet, you know how to be a fucking prick.
Right.
So you point being a prick at something, and that's just revolutionary.
It gets a
It's not
reaction
honest.
too.
I know.
It's like that's all
it's
Twitter is.
ridiculous. I watch like I'm not like, you know, that's the thing that's so fucked up with this dude, right? I'm not even mad about it. I'm not.
Right.
I'm just fucking baffled by the people that would choose to like watch that. You know what I mean? Because there's
Yeah.
diehard fans going, oh, I want to watch this guy fucking make fun of this dude who I think's a piece of shit for 2 hours. Like what? Okay,
That's why like
that's weird because I'd rather watch porn, bro.
Right. Red Bar was funny for a little bit, and I don't know. This is like a dumb complaint, but I hate how he uses that explosion sound effect after
Yeah.
every word he says. I'm like, dude,
The
lay
glass
off-
shadow one is that's
Oh my! Like everything he says is so profound. You have to go. And I'm like, bro. After every fucking sentence that you end, you have to press that.
Well, it's just like I said, it's just so funny to me the people that are cloning. And like this guy, like Pat, he was the fucking original dude that fucking Red Bar dissected.
Really?
And now he's
So
like, yes, dude, he's literally one of the original fools. And he's literally going around being the fucking Wendy Williams of this fucking mini fucking old people retired radio syndicate. Because it's all just old fucking radio people that got collapsed out of their jobs. It's Opie Anthony, it's fucking Kumia. It's like, that's all it is. It's fucking Stuttering John. Like, it's this whole fucking network of people.
in 10 years.
Right, and this is what these people dedicate their fucking lives to, is this fucking Dabbleverse, it's called. It's fucking
They
hilarious.
just shit on other people's podcasts.
Right. And then this guy Patton does the Nobody Likes Onion stuff, right? This dude literally turned himself into the Wendy Williams of this fucking Dabbleverse, and then he just fucking, it's the funniest shit ever. And again, dude released an album with like 15, 20 minutes of stuff I heard him do 10 years ago.
Jesus.
And then he's gonna fucking be like, oh, this guy's not a comic. And these people, and then, you know, that's why you can't even really be mad at the people that come in and like swarm. Because they're interacting with this dude that's just lying to them for hours. And then they come in like, oh, I heard this and that. Like, okay, dude, like, dope. And then they just keep like fucking razzing and razzing. You know, like right now, oh, you got like fucking 12 viewers. Cool. This is a podcast. Do you know how podcasts
And you're
are?
one of them, dipshit. So what the fuck
but-
do like?
but-
What does that say about you? If you're knocking how many people are listening or watching at the time that you're one of them.
Right.
So
Or like if you're that dude, you're gonna bury me. Like, first off, you buried a guy that you said's not worth it or anything on his birthday. So it seems like
hold
you're
on.
trying to get some birthday juice out
Explain
of it, bro.
exactly who you're talking about and what happened, because I think we're just talking about it like.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Okay. I'm just saying the listeners might be confused as to what you're referencing.
Good. No, it's just this dude, Patrick is his name, just this dude. And he does an online, he's like one of the original, like he was podcasting a long time ago. And I've had like 2-3 friends that have worked for him in the past, you know?
Yeah.
And he just like, everybody that ever gets close to him ends up hating him. Because he's just a prick.
A lot of people like
But
that.
he's not untalented. He is a good comedian.
Yeah.
But he's just a fucking prick.
I know people exactly like
And
that. Yeah.
what happened is like I was on Steel Toe, that radio show I used to do, right? And he just like he went after Steel Toe because he was trying to like leech their viewers,
Yeah.
right? Which is fine. I mean, it works, right? Because he found a bunch of people that were kind of watching Steel Toe, but they were the hate watchers. They hated it too, right? So now a lot of people are watching him for like the Steel Toe hate or whatever. And he dedicated a bunch of time to it, whatever, you know. And like him and I went back and forth, and I called him out. I'm like, dude, fucking answer your fucking phone, dude. Answer your phone and fucking like, because he was doing this thing where like he's like trying to do the Red Bar roast, right?
Yeah.
But he's just making up lies. And then the people that follow him are so fucking retarded that they think those like he told people, oh, you work at a Chipotle. And all these people are like coming in my chat, they're like, oh, let me get a Chipotle. And I'm like, okay.
So he just made up that you worked at Chipotle?
Correct. Because he thought it was funny or something. And then this is what happened with the Chipotle. He said that I worked at a Chipotle, right? And then these motherfuckers like, oh, dude, that's the funniest thing ever. What if he worked at a fucking Chipotle? I'm going to go in his chat and just type in Chipotle over and over again, right? And then I'm like, no, I don't. You're being stupid. Aha, I fucking got him, you know? And it's like so funny because the attack is almost less hollow than what the victory is.
Yeah.
And this is these people's lives. And I can't find it in me to get mad about it because I just pity it. You know what I mean?
It's
It's just
kinda
like,
sad
it's
just being
sad.
a troll all the time. Like,
It's
being a troll
sad.
can be fun, I guess, but if it's all you do, like,
Right, but then so today, right? Like, and this dude and I butted heads, right? Because he's talking all this shit, right? And the thing he said is that he's a comic. And so I told him, I'm like, okay, well, let's go 30 minutes of mine against 30 minutes of yours. You pick the place, let's go. I'll fucking go 30 minutes, and I'll fucking bury you,
yeah.
right? And never responded, right? There's Aaron on Steel Toe like challenged him to a fucking boxing match. I think that might have been Aaron's, but that never materialized either, right? And this dude just fabricates all this bullshit. But what he does is he never lets anybody come in and confront him on it. He has to be in the pillar of control, which is smart for what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like so,
Right.
so like people are like, oh, you should call in. Like I'm not gonna call in where you can just drop the fader and then cut out and go lean over. I know how radio works, you know.
Right.
But I'm like, dude, let's meet here. And I was arguing with him on his Discord. He blocked me on Discord. He blocked me on Twitter. He unblocked me on Twitter afterwards when I was talking shit about him. But he
So
blocked
you
me on
can see
Twitter.
it, yeah.
He blocked me on fucking Discord and all this other shit, right? And then it's like, it went radio silence for fucking, I don't know, months, right?
Yeah.
And then just, like, one of his buddies, like,
So
came out
what
and-
riled him up lately?
so he's convinced that I don't do comedy, right?
Well, why would that even
I have
matter to him?
I
whatsoever?
have no fucking.
Like, there's
it
no
matters to
event-
him. It matters to him because he has no real fucking content, and he's running out of people to make fun of online. Is my guess, right?
Right.
And so the thing
Let's
that-
say you weren't a real comedian. Who gives a fuck?
that's
what
what.
you
Yeah,
have.
that's what I was said the original time that all this thing came out. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. Who cares, right?
Someone says, "Who's Corey?
Hey, what's up?
A comedian?"
Nope.
Sure, let's go with that.
Well, see, now they know that you're on here because you're tagged in here, so someone will probably pop it over, right?
Right.
But so today, and I tried to call this guy out. I'm like, no, man, let's go to a neutral place. We can argue over your bullshit because you're fucking just talking shit out of your ass that means nothing, right?
Right.
And dude blocks me on his Discord, fucking keeps talking, and then
Oh my
fucking
God.
yeah. And so like, and again, I know people that worked with this guy. I know a lot of skeletons in this dude's closet, right? And the thing about this dude is that every single person that's ever worked for him, and he's worked for some big names, right? And like
Yeah.
we're talking like Segura and stuff. These people would have taken him with if he wasn't such
He
an
wasn't
insufferable prick, you know. And so he basically just latched on to this fucking collective of like dying out radio personalities who are just clawing to make any kind of name on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And then they just fucking judge everything as if YouTube, like, they are like, oh, you don't do comedy because of this and that. It's like, cool, so come out to a show. You're not doing any shows. Yeah, I am. Well, you're not fucking posting up. Cool, what show do you want to come out to? Well, come out to Elgin. Come out, you give them where you're going to be.
Right.
They're like, well, you don't have a website, it's not listed. Okay. Well, so you're not doing shows. Okay. You know, it just doesn't matter.
What's it to you anyway?
That's exactly it.
All
And
right,
it's,
this person just said, just curious about the guest, respectfully inquiring.
yeah, what's the name of the person?
Andrew Ananda?
Oh, all right.
This might just be
It
someone
might
who
be-
follows
they-
me, or they're just randomly in here.
Yeah.
Well, we're both, criminals,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and the thing about it, so today I wake up to do my show, right? And this dude has
He's a
like,
professional pizza maker, actually. Go look at his shorts.
That's
see
true.
what I mean.
right, and so this dude fucking, I wake up today and he's got like fucking the Corey Adam takedown or something on his fucking site, you know?
Yeah.
And I just pop it up and he's just doing the same lies, and he always just flips these dialogues. So I literally just stream sniped him and I paused it and just dissected all of these lies, right?
Yeah.
Because the big thing is they this radio show that I left, right? Everybody wants it to be this big dramatic thing that it's not, right?
Well, drama
I-
sells.
I wanted to get paid more. Aaron couldn't afford what I wanted to get paid, right?
Right.
Easy. Aaron understands it. I understand. Nobody cares, right? But like this little fucking insufferable fucking boil of like radio fucking diva drama fucks. It has to be something else. It just has to be, right?
Yeah.
And so they like want, oh, what are you making? This, that. And so the start of this was they're like, oh, how does it feel to leave Steel Toe? And like, you used to be viewed by thousands, now you're viewed by nobody. And I go, well, actually, I'm still viewed by thousands. Like, if you look at my shorts, they average about 2,000. I have one that's 83,000, right?
Yeah.
And then these guys are like, you don't have those. And it's so funny because you can watch it on his fucking stream where he's like, he doesn't have 1,000 views. Like, let's see this and this. And he goes, well, he has them. And you can watch it and just move the goalposts in real time.
Yeah.
And so what I did is I just muted it. And like, oh yeah, see, here's where I did. And I depicted it all, right? And then my buddy called in, who Wayne Burfine, another comic out of Minneapolis, buddy of mine. He called in because we were all laughing, and everybody that knows, I swear to God, everybody that knows me, you even, everybody that knows me, thinks that it is the funniest thing on the planet that these people think that I care about this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because today it was just like, oh, I'm a fucking whatever, and then I was just like, I'm done. And it was one of those where you just kind of talk shit, cut it, and go away. And then I talked all this shit, and people are like, where's the episode? And then I made it members only. And on my YouTube channel, I have 6 members, so literally it's just everybody's right there. Hey, man.
Then he can't even see it.
Right, yeah, $5,
Unless
bro.
he pays for it.
Right, $5. But it's just the point of it all is just like, it's this weird thing, and it's not just isolated to this. I see it all over the place with people not related to me, not related to Pat, not related to any of this, but it's this weird thing where people are so miserable, they'll just watch somebody inflicting misery on other people. And
It's a lot of the world.
yeah, well, and the thing about it that's so crazy is that, like, and this is where it's kind of a Faustian thing that Pat learned, and any of these people, like Red Bar learned this too. It's not, Red Bar's an exception because, one, he was kind of the trailblazer of what the style is. He's kind of like the guy that, and
Listen,
you know,
he lives in Arizona now, right?
yeah, he ran away because, what was it, what was the guy
Tripoli was like sending it like
Yes,
people
when he
out.
was in Chicago, somebody was going to kill him.
And
because
they found him in Arizona too.
right, because apparently he fucked over a bunch of comics on pay and shit, like, it was pretty bad.
Really?
And then he goes after fucking Tripoli and he goes nuts, you know?
Good lord.
Yeah, Misery Loves Company, oh, and they say Tripoli is still looking for
That's
him.
one thing. Fucking over comics on pay.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is with this whole like weird system, right? And this is what I tried to tell people that were like getting in, like, because I saw a bunch of people were like, oh, I'm gonna do that too. I saw like 3 or 4 users who like were trying to do the Red Bar shit.
Who's Kith Dunnage?
That's one of the trolls.
Okay. Andrew, legendary Minnesota stand-up who moved to Austin.
Uh huh.
That's all. That's what it says.
See, and they think that's trolling. Right?
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
okay.
This is what it's fucking funny about. It's like they're not even good at it. You know what I mean? It's
I
like
was,
when-
like, genuinely
it's
confused
like when
what
it's like
that's
watching
supposed to
Robert
be.
fucking at the roast that last week where he's like, you got nice hair. Like, fucking insult him. Shut up.
Oh my god! Right.
But it's so ridiculous. Because the thing that these people don't realize is that these people that you're amassing, like a hate watch group, right? They don't give a fuck about you. They care about what you're hating on.
Yeah.
And eventually
Oh, yeah,
they'll
right.
roll it on you. You're not building fans. You're not growing your brand, right? You're taking people who are commiserating with you, and the moment they find somebody that's commiserating with something else that they want to commiserate, they roll it over. Happens all the fucking time.
I said I was answering a question about how he's referring to the other Andrew on there. Yeah, that's a lot of what the internet is now. Is just people, you know.
Man, Ali is the bottom G. Send him to Gaza.
Fuck yeah. I'll go.
I'll go.
Sign me up. Let's do it. It can't be any worse than this fucking apartment complex I live in.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like Gaza, like fucking West, right?
Pretty much.
It would be fun
I'm
if, like,
surprised, this is around the time, like, so shit goes down at this apartment complex, sometimes randomly in the day, but it's usually around 12:30 to like 4:30 a.m. You'll just hear a random just yell fight and then glass breaking and then, you know. When I first moved here, like, I called the cops a couple times because I was just like, I should hear a man with a blood-curdling scream and glass breaking. Now it would take a literal explosion and like hellfire for me to call the fucking cops. I'm just like,
so we just set up your apartments under a hospital.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm surprised we haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, this is actually like the quietest I think I've ever seen your apartment complex. You know what it is? You know what it is? They know that we have 12 viewers, so they're showing some
Well,
fucking
the
respect.
perks about living in the fucking ghetto.
Nobody calls the cops.
Nobody calls the cops, and I can yell until 4 in the morning, and it doesn't fucking matter. You know, except for a couple weeks ago when the hot cop showed up from Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
You were doing. I've talked about it on this fucking
That's so
podcast.
funny.
Yeah, that was.
What were you doing? I was watching Christmas Vacation.
Dude, that was so embarrassing because like this cop said she heard women. Someone called the police because they heard like a woman screaming, and I had to admit to this hot ass cop that no, it's just me by myself with my cat
Yeah,
watching Christmas
It's
Vacation.
just one dude with 3 cats watching Christmas Vacation.
And then clearly she just got the wrong apartment because I was just like, I've lived here 2 years. I've never had the cops call to me for sound or noise or anything. So like, you know. One time
you didn't answer the door with your
Dude,
guns.
a fucking lunatic one time came to my this is like last September. So
You're
like
still at this place?
this place like so like September of 22.
Okay.
This guy just starts pounding on my fucking door, and it's just I still have the Blink doorbell cam footage, and this dude is just yelling, "Come outside, nigga!" And it's a Mexican dude, but
Yeah.
that's what he's saying. And then I called the cops for this because he's and not to be tough guy, not to be fucking Clint Eastwood, but I'm just like at this point in this situation with this guy, I'm kind of calling the cops for him because if I open the door, I'm gonna have to fucking shoot him. So I don't want to open the door. And he ended up going back downstairs and then coming back up, pounding more. And then I called the cops and he was just gone. And then when the cops showed up, they acted like I was unreasonable. They're like, you know, it's not against the law for someone to pound on your door. And then I showed him the footage. He's like, oh yeah, that is a little aggressive. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
They're like, hey, it's not unreasonable. You're like, Kevin's got them with a fucking chainsaw. Like, yeah, all right.
Right. And I remember at one point I opened, like I thought he was gone, and I opened the door, and I looked around, and I did have my gun, and then I was like, maybe he left. And I closed the door and locked it, and he came back. So I was like, what if he had come back when I was standing out there for like that 30 seconds where I thought he was gone? I was like, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. You never know the way.
Well, you would have been neglecting 10 people.
right.
Texas law.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
that's right.
there's a bunch of. Oh, it's doing that top comment bullshit. So
Yeah,
I'm missing all the
I hate
lines.
that shit so much. Like, why does it default to that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care that that's an option.
Bex
but it should
Rock,
be.
what creates a troll or a hate watch? I
What
don't know.
Bex?
I'm not a psychologist. There has to be some deeper psychological reasoning why people are attracted to it. Because everyone likes drama. When there's some drama in the comedy scene, like we're all guilty of being like, oh, he said what,
Yeah.
and he bombed, and she did this. Oh, he blah blah blah. But the people that make it a whole thing where all their content is them just hating and breaking down why someone sucks. That's a whole other layer of just like get a life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know what drives people to make it like their whole identity, but
Well, probably money. I mean, like, if it's profitable,
Oh, yeah,
money. I mean,
for
money.
sure.
Money's a big driver, dude.
for sure, I feel like Kiff knows what we're talking about.
Ollie, you suck.
Fuck you.
Well, they got you, dude.
Hell yeah.
Oh man,
That's the
You
best.
do you need a tissue?
I'm
Are you
gonna
okay?
not just quit comedy. I might quit life. That's not even. That doesn't take it far enough.
That doesn't take. You know what? I can't just quit comedy. I can quit it all. You know, actually, the second podcast, we're gonna do another podcast together with a bathtub and a toaster. It's gonna be great.
Fuck yeah.
It's all fucking frying up the tub or some shit.
The toasted tub. I don't know.
Well, there you go.
Something like that.
Yeah, another one goes, please, and then Scott misses a buddy. Like, I like this dude.
Fuck
It's just really funny. It's always funny too because I know the people from where they're coming angle wise, right? And a lot of them have like alt accounts. Like
Right.
that's the fun. Like so that's the other funny thing to
Trolling
me.
can be fun, just not when you're just.
It's so funny though. Like okay, so you're doing that all that pathetic shit we're talking about, right?
Right.
And then you have more than one account that you're doing it on. Like Jesus
Oh my
Christ,
God.
it's so fucking funny.
That's why I miss Periscope. Like you did Periscope too, right?
I love Periscope. Yeah,
It was like the. I mean.
I was bigger on Vine, but I love Periscope. Like I actually had a pretty decent following on Vine. When Vine pissed me off when it went away. Cause I had
Yeah.
a bunch of fucking people on there, and they just fucking like the day it was done. It's just like now it's a camera app. And
Well-
they like didn't give anybody a chance to like tell their viewers to follow them
Yeah,
elsewhere.
yeah.
It was just that entire like that was one of the craziest shits ever. Cause that entire impression was just gone.
Right. Well, that would happen on Periscope too. I would get up to 8,000, 10,000 followers, and then I'd get banned, and then I'd build myself back up, and you always lose some that never come back.
Right.
Is the thing. So I'm like, yeah, there's still the 300 loyals that are gonna find me one way or another, but there's slowly but surely people would just drop off, and I would never hear from them again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we can't find this guy again.
Well, like with Vine, it was crazy because you have a bunch of people. And
Bex
they
said I
just-
actually found you through Vine, referring to you.
Who said that?
Bex.
No, you did not, Bex. Shut up. I love Bex. She's right.
So Elon said he's gonna bring back Vine, but I don't fucking know. I feel like he kind of killed it. I mean,
It's
he
odd,
didn't
though.
kill
I
it.
don't
It
know.
wasn't him. But
You know, the thing about Vine is, if you're being honest, and people don't want to hear this, but like TikTok's better than what Vine was. It's just a better interface for what it was trying to do. So it's like,
it really is.
even if Vine comes back, it's just gonna feel like a really slow TikTok.
It's gonna feel like a dated TikTok.
Yeah.
Or just like, what is
Yeah.
this lame shit?
Like Periscope could come back and still be cool. Like
Periscope
that,
could come back
was
as
the
the
shit.
king.
But you know, Periscope, like the problem with Periscope is there's no way that they can censor it.
Like a lot of people that listen
if
to
you
this
have,
sound
if you had, like that was the problem with Periscope, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
oh
if you had
my
a fucking VPN, right? You fucking just like be fucking people on stream. Like nobody cares.
Dude.
Because like it disappeared after you were done.
I remember the craziest one we saw. There was this girl in Liverpool. She doesn't listen to this podcast, but she was a huge Periscope follower, and she just starts blasting out this stream, like go to this stream in Russia, and it was like a mother and daughter dancing with like Mardi Gras masks on to like techno music, and it seemed kind of innocent until this Russian dude in his underwear with a gun just walked by the screen, and he was just I was like, I think that they're captive right now, and he's telling them to dance.
Yeah.
And it was fun, and they did it for like hours. I was like, how do I try to help?
You
You
just
can't
make-
contact Russian fucking police. Like, there's two women dancing. Like, yeah, it's Russia, you fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Of course he
there's
has a
two
gun.
women dancing and there's a guy with a gun being very aggressive. Yeah, it's called Sunday. Do you want borscht?
Yeah, exactly. But it was kind of creepy though. It was almost like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
And actually, you know, like I never saw any of that, like that shit. Like when I saw that shit, it was like live leaks or
Did
whatever.
you ever see people? Well, yeah, you can watch.
Live leaks, like fucking live leaks is the only place I remember in my life where like I would just randomly be surfing through bullshit and I would just see something like it's just like randomly I'm like, oh look at this, this guy's got a cob, this guy's got that guy just got beheaded.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like, oh, I wish I had like I watched fucking mass shootings
Oh,
live on that
dude,
shit. There were so many things on live leaks that I
Did
was
you
like,
ever
I
hear
wish I had
about
watched
those
that.
dudes called like the Duntrapic Maniacs or something
No.
like that? Well, they literally just murdered a homeless man.
Yeah. So they were doing the Lord's work.
So, right, just cleaning out fucking God's trash.
That was like my mom today. She was talking about like immigrants, and she goes, "Well, what do you do if this immigrant comes in and they're so packed that he kills two other immigrants?" I go, "It sounds like he's curing the problem, right?"
Right. So, no, there's these dudes with like, this is back in like 2007 maybe, and they have like a grimy, grainy cell phone camera, and like as close as I am to this table, they're holding the phone and beating this man in the face with a hammer, and then stabbing him in his eye sockets with a fucking screwdriver, and you just hear all the sounds like, "Rah!" And it's crazy. And then they got arrested because of the video, and they found out that they had killed 19 people.
Fuck.
And they're still in prison now. They were young. In 2007, they were like 18. They were called like the Duntrapic Maniacs or something. Like, I should look it up. It was fucking crazy. If anyone listening knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, that was a brutal video.
Dude, one of the people just says the dude who has one video on his channel and it's Mexican and horrible audio. There are people that hate that fucking the
Which thing?
Snapchat thing.
Oh, right.
You mean those young Russians, the young Russian kids who did the hammer killings?
The hammer, yeah, they were something. It's like, watch it. I'll just Google it.
Of course, it's Russian. They're not creative. Like I guarantee you, they were called like kids who kill with hammers.
Watch, because if you just even type in a series of words like "killed homeless man with screwdriver,"
And you're on a list.
I think I have to type in screwdriver.
You probably have to not search it in your normal red tube filter, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm on Pornhub.com.
Yeah, Pornhub.
There's
Oh, there it is. Hammer killings on Pornhub.
13,000 results have just showed up for
Yeah.
this.
I don't know. It's fucking the shit like live leaks, man. We used to like watch shit on there. Like, what did we just witness? Like, I saw a dude fuck a goat once on there. I'm like, what the fuck is
Did
happening?
you remember the horse video where the guy died by getting fucked to death by the
Yes.
horse? And he's just like, oh! That was insane.
There was one that I saw, and I think it was like on Rotten.com or something.
I remember there was Ogreish and Rotten.com.
There's this one where there's this chick bent over, and there's this horse just fucking railing her, and then the horse fucking comes, and she just gets launched like a fucking jart, like just
Right. Okay,
gone.
I found these guys. I can't pronounce this word. Dnipropetrovsk maniacs from Ukraine.
Okay.
Let's see. Are Ukrainian serial killers responsible for a string of murders in June and July 2007? The case gained additional notoriety because the killers made a video recording some of their murders, with one of the videos leaking to the internet. Two 19-year-olds, Victor Sayenko and saying his birthday and shit, Igor Sumperzik,
You're very good at reading Russian.
were arrested
Nailed it.
and charged with 21 murders.
It seems low. I guess, you know what, though? I'll say that. That's pretty high for a Hammer. You know,
They probably
that's the
killed
thing.
more.
No, that's the thing. 21 initially seems low, but you kind of got to grade on a bell curve when they're Hammers.
And they're 19. They
Yeah.
did a lot of work for, like, the first two murders occurred on 20.
Well, I'll say this. After hearing that, I definitely stand with Ukraine.
Good. Right. They got arrested right after dropping this video, too.
That's
Like,
fucked. Well, that's like that fucking Memoirs of a Murderer guy. That fucking shit's hilarious. It's like, have you ever seen the movie Memoirs to a Murder?
I sound so.
So it's like
fucking
this
familiar.
fucking Korean movie, right?
Yeah.
About this, like, they had like this dude that was like a serial killer they never caught. It was like they're fucking Jack the Ripper, right?
Yeah.
And this dude, like, literally, he'd like abduct like young Asian women or Korean women. He would leave them like fucking raped and disembodied in
Oh,
like
God.
cornfields, right? And like this dude was doing this for fucking decades. And they never caught him, right? So this movie
Yeah.
comes out, which is about it's like a satire about that case, and it focuses around the two detectives and everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So this movie comes out and it wins like an Oscar. It wins like some kind of award, right?
Right.
And the dude is bragging about how that movie's about him,
Oh
and
my
that's
God.
how he got caught.
I think I know about this.
Yeah.
Actually.
So they like he was bragging to somebody, so they call the cops. They go back to his fucking house and they linked like he had like a fucking ring or an earring, or like he had some thing that linked him to it, and they caught him because he was bragging that movie was about him.
Oh my God. That's happened to like mobsters before too.
Yeah.
I think in certain mob depictions, they're like, "Oh yeah, me and blah blah blah." They would like brag and be like, "Okay, now we know it's you." I've seen that video. It's horrible. Yes, it is. Kif Cunnage.
Kiff.
Yeah, I can't. Can you pronounce that word? Or I know I'm pretty stupid, but like,
Dunnage?
no, the maniacs that I'm trying to pronounce.
Oh
Like,
no, yeah, it's like
it's
Dizzo.
like a sentence.
Yeah, Dizzo.
It looks like
Popeye,
someone just started
yeah.
just slapping their fingers on the
It's
keyboard.
fucking Russian, dude. It's already read like the other way, right? Like that's the thing about Russian that's already fucked up is it's not left to right, it's right to left or whatever, right?
Right, yeah,
So
that's
it's
how Arabic writing is too.
Right, so it's like fucking dumb.
Like when my dad used to help me with like math homework, he would do the math equations backwards. Like the division
Oh, yeah?
sign, he would write it backwards. But he was like a fucking genius. But I was like, how the fuck are you getting this shit right backwards? Yeah, I'm pretty much the opposite of my father. He has 2 college degrees and speaks 5 languages fluently.
You have no degrees and barely speak
Fuck,
English.
exactly. Exactly. It's insane. Oh my god. So yeah, I don't know. Did we wrap it up? All right.
It's your show, dude. I don't fucking know.
You got anything coming up, or like, should we?
No, I'm not promoting anything on
You're not promoting anything
Nah.
on here.
I don't, dude. I am now making it my goal to not promote anything on the internet, just because these guys like you're not doing shows. Yeah, you're right.
Right. So you can't even find me. I barely even fucking exist. Like who?
I don't even do a weekly open mic at Dig Pub in Cedar Park,
Yeah.
8 p.m.
He
every
does not
Sunday.
do. Something
I will not be in
called
Elgin.
the Hidden
I will not be in
Gem
Elgin
open
in
mic.
2 weeks. I will not be in San Marcos a week after that, and I will not be in Lubbock in February.
Oh my god. Sounds like.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's actually scary because you're getting to the point now where it's like, now it's time to grind the fucking Texas road of these bars, and like, it's gonna be rough. I mean, I've heard enough Bill Hicks that I know how this goes.
Dude, I've done a lot of like the towns that you just mentioned, and sometimes it can be fucking
Yeah,
fantastic.
sometimes it's fun. So, here's the thing, they pay the same either way. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they're better audiences than Austin on average.
Oh, everything's a better audience than Austin. Dude. Austin audience is fucking terrible. These motherfuckers, you do any kind of like challenging joke, and they literally just look over at their friends and, can I laugh or will I be ostracized by my
Just-
pussy collective?
I do lame, like innocent, like Muslim, like Arab Libyan jokes, and you know, Austin audiences, once they like hear like anything racially,
Yeah.
they think that like automatically they think, oh, this could be racist,
Right.
and then even
That's
if
what I'm saying.
they
go
don't
right-
want to
yeah.
laugh, then they
Yeah.
don't want to laugh.
You know what it reminds
Like
me
it's
of?
not even offensive.
You know
Like,
what it reminds me of is in Minnesota, right? In Minneapolis, if you do a joke about black people or just like the blacks or like a racial anything,
Mhm.
right? Every white person in that room will look and try to find a black person.
to get,
And if that black person is laughing, they'll laugh.
yeah.
But if that black person is not laughing, they ain't laughing. And that's what the Austin people do, man. man.
Yeah,
they
they
fucking
do.
like look around, but like their cliques and their friends are so fucking judgmental. You
Right.
know,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, I don't know if I can laugh at this. And then
Right,
they just
right,
go, oh,
right.
can I? Well, fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, if anything is like racial or edgy, even if it's not like crazy, they tighten up, and it's so fucking odd.
She said, hack. Ollie has Gaddafi chips.
I have a couple. I'm not gonna lie. Well, one's about him being sodomized to death. So I mean,
Yeah, so you're real connected to that.
yeah, exactly. Being fucked to death in your ass by a dagger is something that you're gonna remember.
It's just weird how he took your like dream date off the table like that, you know?
Shitting on ATX, not gonna get the Papa Joe's rub. Papa Joe Rogan rub.
Yeah, actually, it will. He doesn't care what you show.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, what are you fucking talking about? Is that Kiff again?
Yes. It's kidding.
That's Kiff. Kiff's an idiot. Kiff tries hard. Kiff.
Like we were saying, we have a love-hate relationship with Austin.
Kiff tries so hard to be good at trolling. He tries so hard. It's cute. He tries so hard. And I'm not trying. I'm just.
Yeah, we may or may not be doing a podcast soon about our relationship with Austin.
It kind of feels like a battered spouse situation.
It
you know?
feels like a
I
toxic
feel like-
relationship.
I feel like I've been beaten into submission. Like, yes, it's fine.
It's like fuck you, but I love you, and then it's just like you.
It's kind of like I think you know that the best. Where it's like I hate it, but it's kind of fun to hate.
It's fun to hate. It is. It's not. Like people ask me the longest time, do you like Austin? I always say it's not boring, and
No.
I've lived in places.
It's never boring.
No, not at all. There's just something always going on. The fucking traffic here, the fucked up cars,
Yeah,
the crackheads, the apartment complex, the comedy scene. You can talk all this shit. And what is fair, what's not. It's not boring. So like Austin definitely is entertaining. Like that's, And yeah, but we're thinking about doing a podcast themed around that, and then talking about whatever the fuck else we're kind of like right now. It's gonna be the same fucking thing, just not with my stupid fucking face and my cat.
No,
in the background.
No, we're using that. This is the background. Look at that. You really get a lot of mileage out of your cat pics. Which cat is that?
That's Zizi, who passed away in
This motherfucker has
2021.
3 cats, and then the cat on his podcast isn't even one of his 3 cats.
No,
She's
she
got a fucking problem, bro.
She died in 2021. She was.
Austin to Skid Row with guns.
Bro, that'd be funny to say on stage even.
Yeah,
Jesus.
no,
That
it's
was
Julie
hilarious.
Julian. That's really funny.
Who said that?
Julie. That was really funny. Or Julian.
That's so fucking funny.
Skid Row with
Skid Row with guns. That's not wrong.
No, it's not. Dude, so in a 2-day, if you want to know how crazy downtown Austin can get, besides just like crackheads, there was in less than 24-hour span, there was the viral horse shit video where some lunatic female literally just rubbed the horse shit all over her body, and it worked. She went fucking viral, and she shut down the street. The cops had to like chase her, but no one wanted to touch her because she's covered in horse shit. Less than a day later, they had to shut down the same street because there was a homeless man with a grenade.
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
not what that
no,
is.
there was a
I
homeless-
know that too. But like,
They closed Sunset Strip
Right.
because of it. I like,
But
be
the
like-
horsewoman, right?
Yeah.
The real fucking crazy part about that horsewoman story, and this is my favorite part, right? So she's rubbing herself, and you go on Reddit, just type in like
Oh,
horse
yeah,
shit
yeah,
woman,
yeah.
you find it on Reddit for sure. But this fucking woman, right? The day after, there's a comic that does like a man on the street thing. She is interviewing with this dude like a day and a half later, still wearing the same clothes, still smeared in the same shit.
Oh my god.
And,
I know what you're talking about.
and says that she hasn't showered or like is honest, like clearly on like acid and shit. I mean, this
Yeah.
chick is crazy.
That is fucking nuts. Yeah.
And she like explains it. She said, "Yeah, I just like I wanted to be one with the earth." Like the fucking, I'll fucking get you the dude. That fucking interview of her is like crazier than her. Like, you know what's funny is you walk away from that second clip of her the next couple days, whatever, in the same thing, and listening to her talk, cause she's like fucking like moon rock, like fucking hippie, right?
Yeah.
And like you fucking leave that interview with like, oh, this makes perfect sense. This bitch covered herself in shit.
I feel like I saw her out in front of.
So wait, there's mentally ill people in the streets? Yeah, there's mentally ill people in the
Right.
streets.
Who would have thought?
Most of the streets in Austin are mentally like the homeless people are fucking off the chain here.
Dude, I like, and there, it's. I see the same homeless people almost every day that I'm down there too. So there's like stamps who like run, like I don't want to say they run the streets, but it's just like
They run the streets though.
And the cops have just like let. I mean, I'm not saying they even should be arrested because it's useless. Like there's no, they're not.
Well, like they break up these fucking like shanty villages and
Oh,
then they just
fuck.
go to different pockets.
Stopped again.
Fuck you, Audacity.
Are we back?
Real professional
We're back.
setup.
Yeah,
Here.
the free Audacity that hasn't been updated in like a year, so you know that's where we're at right now. Oh, what's up, Girl Rush? She is in the chat room.
Gold Rush?
No, someone who follows fucking like
Oh.
Periscope and all
Look
that.
at you.
Girl Rush, yeah. Yeah, yeah, the homeless people are
Oh,
fucking insane.
fucking Holly Street or Chavez, right? Like,
Chavez, yeah.
have you seen the fucking like shit squeegee people?
Yes.
So they have these homeless guys in the court, and they have these like squeegees, and the water is always dirty as fuck.
Yeah.
And they you have to make eye contact with them immediately. You basically have to flag them off like a lunatic. No, motherfucker, no.
They
right?
won't look away. They
They
stand
won't look away.
right next to your
And-
fucking car.
And
until you
the
acknowledge
moment they touch your windshield with that thing, you gotta go to a car wash. Like it's fucking dirty as shit with piss water, right?
them. Yeah.
So fucking, I'm driving around, and I'm coming around that corner. I'm like, oh, cool, it's fucking cheaper. I'm watching two of these dudes fucking like little kid like sword fighting with the squeegees, but like I'm like, oh, that's fucking hilarious, right? And then this one dude sways, and the other dude cracks him in the fucking head. Like they were not playing around.
Wow.
Like when I first came up to it, because they're both on like fucking drugs, fentanyl, or whatever, you know what I mean? 'Cause they're all
Yeah,
kind of short.
yeah.
And they're doing like just like tack. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. And they fucking bored. They're sword fighting like when we were kids. and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And then just out of nowhere, just crack and just drops it. And I'm like, yeah.
Dude, I saw a guy getting attacked with a knife at one of the Shell stations.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, because this dude's like running and he's like backing up, like backpedaling, a black dude, and there's a Mexican dude, and I noticed he's holding like his fist looks clenched, and I goes, oh, he has like a blade, and he's chasing this dude, and eventually he just stopped pursuing him because more cars were pulling into the Shell station,
Yeah.
and he just fucking
Dude, I've
left.
seen so much shit at that. It's not Shell. It's that one right off of fucking 5th, right by the bridge.
Right next to the creek.
Yes.
Oh my dude, I saw
that place. So I watched a dude fire a gun that was on his holster, like straight into the ground. I don't know, like what
like
he was
accidentally.
doing. Yeah. Like I don't know what he was fucking shuffling around with, but he's just like pat, and you like look over and he goes, and he just like walks off, and you can fucking see his like the smell. It's fucking
Dude,
crazy.
well, you know how those guys think that they're like parking lot attendants, so like it's just a homeless
Yep.
guy in a construction vest just harassing people, and just like it's a weird thing. Like, do I pay him $5 if I don't? He's gonna break into my car. This is
Right.
weird. So there's a guy who's still there to this day. I watched him knock out a dude one time.
Yeah.
So as I pulled in, there's like, at first I thought the dude was just like a normal dude. Then once I saw, I was like, oh, he's homeless, and it's just like this white Cactus Jack looking dude, and he's
Bang, bang.
and he's following this guy. And the black dude's following, going, "Come back, motherfucker! Don't you ever disrespect me! Don't you?" And then he, what did he say? I've talked about this on the podcast before. And he goes, "Yeah, you better keep this." The timing of the way he said it, I didn't know whether to laugh or be afraid because he goes, "You better keep walking straight to the cemetery, nigga!" And then hits him over the head with like his bag, but there was something heavy in it. And the dude just collapsed and laid on the ground and it wasn't moving. And he's standing over him just going, "Don't you ever talk about another man's mama like that." And then eventually the dude starts to get up. And like, I was just like, that was fucking crazy. Like, to watch him just go off on that guy like that.
Dude, I was on, it was Trinity Street, and I was coming back from like Rainy. I was just rapping around, like you know that like there's that one drag over by the IHOP that like always gets congested, right?
Yeah.
And this is like 3 a.m., right? And I'm like pulling, and I see this like the car in front of me just stops rapidly, right? And this dude gets out of the car, walks around to the other side, opens up the door, drags this woman out of his car by the hair, and then just starts fucking like stomping on her.
Holy shit.
And she gets up screaming, like they just fucking, and I'm just like looking, and this guy's honking at me from behind. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. And the guy that comes up and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" I go, "Hey, the dude's like fucking hitting that woman." She calls the cops and goes, "You get the fuck out of my way!" And Jesus Christ, like it's just,
Oh my
it's fucking
God.
nuts, dude.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. Like, just, yeah, the road rage and the drivers out here. Like, I had some dude get so fucking pissed off at me because I didn't hit a person on a fucking bike. Like, I
Oh
was-
yeah, yeah, dude. The scooter guys, like if you don't kill them, like people will get mad at you.
Yeah. Like, I was pulling into some fucking parking lot to do a delivery, and I'm waiting for this, like, elderly man on a bike to safely pass by, and the guy behind me is going fucking nuts, like, honking his horn. And I kind of throw my hands up, he honks, and then I flip him off, because now I'm pissed off. And then I turn it, and then he kind of stops his car, throws his hands up, and I'm like, what, are we gonna fight now? Then he drives off. Then the old man came back, The old man came back and was like, "Thank you for not hitting me, young man." I was like, "Yeah, I know." He's like, "That guy was an asshole."
My phone died.
Oh shit.
Well, it just means a live stream that I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Hey, check it out. Now we got no viewers, bro.
Fucking no
Oh
viewers.
no, what's gonna happen with this podcast?
7
There's
people don't
no,
exist.
No fucking views, bro.
There's a better charger too.
Yeah, whatever.
Actually.
Okay,
Maybe it's time to wrap this up anyway. We're like an hour and a half.
Yeah, fuck it.
I think we made our point. We're gonna do this a lot more in another, under a different fucking name, but we're gonna.
It'll still have the same hatred behind it.
Absolutely. We're gonna up the whole fucking technological aspect of this too. It's like this is almost a trial run. This is my first time I've done one live here. I've done a few.
Fine. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's fine.
I think your setup pretty good.
No, it's a good setup, but I mean, as far as the sound going into the YouTube, like somehow getting like the mics mic'd into the video.
You put featuring Corey Adad on the stream. That's awesome.
Really? Oh my god! Can I?
No, I don't care. It's
I
no
can-
big deal. It's no big deal.
Corey Adad. That sounds like like
Like I'm Jewish.
fucking like in Aladdin.
Yeah.
Ali Ababwa. It's like Corey Adad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you guys for listening.
Thanks for tuning in, all 3 people of you.
There's 8 people right now. So.
Well, there was fucking 11 on mine.
So-
So 20 people before it gets released. Sorry. You know what? I can't wait till this podcast comes out and we get another 7 people.
Fucking A. We'll be up to a baker's dozen before we know it. So
Yeah.
until next time, kiddies, stay safe, stay healthy, don't be a bitch, and stay up.
YouTube's still going though, man.
YouTube's still going.
Don't be a bitch, dude. YouTube's still going, bro. You gotta stay on till YouTube's going, bro.
Oh my god. Well. Yeah, 6 people.
Yeah, 6 people.